Welcome back. This is Mel Waller. So, I'm going to be discussing in my blogs a lot to do with publishing. And if I show something that I publish or not, I'm not trying to get you to purchase, so just totally disregard that aspect of it. But I can show you actual proof of how you can do the various things with your content. So today I want to talk about taking public domain books, which are books that the copyright has expired. And in the United States, that's usually anything that was published before January 1st, 1929 is in the public domain. Anybody can reprint it. Anybody can do anything with it, okay? So I've published, as of yesterday, 1,642 books, ebooks. I've been doing this for a long time. And a lot of mine are public domain titles. And you can also take a public domain title, and what I'm going to talk about today is taking that public domain title and being able to copyright it yourself. So now it's yours. Nobody can go and copy you, although, technically they could possibly create a similar thing. But if it's word for word exactly like yours, then they probably copied and they could get themselves in trouble for copyright violation. So here we are. I took a book, As a Man Thinketh, by James Allen, which is in the public domain. And I did a couple things with it. One, I rewrote it into modern English, As a Man Thinks. And I'm not sure if I copyrighted that one or not. Maybe I didn't. But this one I certainly did. We took As a Man Thinks, which is all masculine language. And women can actually have a problem reading that from what I've been, or understanding that from what I've been told. So what I did is I took and I had the masculine language turned into all feminine language. So then I was able to have it written as a Woman Thinks. And because I thought it'd be better not to have my name as part of the book, but rather to have a woman's name as part of it for As a Woman Thinks, I had Janice DeMano do that for me, and she was thereby paid for what she did, but I still have the copyright to the book. So now, As a Woman Thinks, by James Allen and Janice DeMano, and it's copyrighted. Now, you might ask, who is on the cover of this book? And this is another reason why I wanted to show this book. That is my youngest daughter in the United States, Alexandra. And so I had her pose, took the picture, and included it on the cover. I think that's just so cool. So that's one way you can do that. And there's a lot of probably other public domain books that are similar to this that you could do that with. So the second one I want to show you here is The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles, which again is I don't remember, it's either late 1800s or early 1900s. And the thing with books back in that time frame is the wording can be somewhat outdated today. They might be talking about, you're driving the horseless carriages or this, that, or the other. And so I took his book here, since it's still very popular today, and then I rewrote it by updating the language. So I would, talk about cars, they talk about planes, they talk whatever he's talking about, but transform that into modern talking. And so thus I made enough changes with the original book that I'm able to copyright it. Now I still have to give him credit as a co-author, or me as a co-author, because you need to do that. You need to give credit due where credit's due. So I did this with a number of public domain titles as well, and there's lots of them out there for that. And of course, you can take a public domain title and redo it as is. The challenge sometimes there is you're going to have competition where other people have copy pasted the book, put it together, and it's up on Amazon, and then everybody gets competing by price. Whereas if you're able to create your own copyrighted version, now you don't have the competition. Another thing you can do also that I have done is when most people publish on Amazon, KDP Amazon, it's what I call a regular edition. They're using font 12. Well, if you use font 16 or higher, that is considered large print text. So now you can create a large print edition, which is considered a separate title by Amazon, and you can publish that. So almost for every book, unless it's a really, really small little book, because you need at least 24 pages to be a book on KDP Amazon, you can create a large print edition along with it. And then what I do with large print editions is I actually do that first, because it's easier for me to do any editing with the large text. Once it's all done, now I can take it, ready to create another book, and simply shrink the text and then reformat it in Adobe InDesign, and boom, the book is done very fast. Okay, now I want to give you a more challenging third option for taking a title that's in the public domain and copywriting it, changing it, transforming it. So we'll come up here, and here we have this title, which I'm working on. Now, if you get looking at it closely, you're going to notice it's a bit hard. It might be a bit hard for you to read. In fact, I'd have to look. I'm not even sure. Oh, actually, that word's taste. You see, this is very, very old English, I call it. This title is probably, I think 1400s or something like that, and I found it online. And you'll see they usually take the first S, as in Sam, but in there it's an F. The character looks like an F, so there you got those, and it's an F. And you get reading this, and it gets challenging to even read. And there's other letters. Let's see. There's mysteries. You see, you got the F. Reason, REAFON. And so I will FO. So I'm going to completely redo this book in modern English, and of course that is making significant changes in the original, and then I will be able to copyright that text. So it's a work in progress, and hopefully I'll have that done soon. And then again, I can put it into a large print edition, and I can have it as a regular edition. And also, since this would probably be original on KDP Amazon, is then I'd also be able to make it into an ebook. So now I've taken one book, public domain, and I've turned it into 3 different ways of earning income from it. And if I'm able to, when I put the ebook in, ebooks are usually the easiest way to try to create an Amazon best-selling title, which you just need to be in the top 100 of any category. And so I may also be able to achieve that. Currently, I've got 51 titles that are Amazon best-selling titles, and I have a number of them that were number 1. So this is all part of what I will be working with you here on Wealthy Affiliate to teach you, to instruct you as best I can. And it's going to be a slow process because there's just so many variables and so much to learn. So I hope you enjoy this. Please leave a comment, and I appreciate it. So this is Mel Waller again on Wealthy Affiliate. And take care and have a great day.